Thank you for tuning into our seller interview series. Up today, we've got an affiliate and Amazon Associates business for sale in the health and wellness niche. Created in November 2016, this business makes $18,767 per month in net profit, and the listing number for the business is 45156. We do these interviews to give potential buyers more information about both the seller and the businesses they're looking to purchase. We hope these insights are helpful for you in making a buying decision. We've got the seller with us today to go through the business and cover everything from niche selection to traffic and monetization. Joseph, thank you for coming on here today. How are you doing?
I'm doing very good. I'm excited to do this interview.
Yeah, me too. Very excited to discuss this business with you. I mean, you've done very well, especially in the last year, and I'm very excited to chat with you about what's contributed to that growth and where you see the business going. But before we get to the questions that I have for you, I want to go ahead and run through a little quick summary of the business. Again, the business was built in November of 2016, has a monthly revenue of $18,997, expenses of $230 to make for a net profit of $18,767, which is generated on a 6-month average. Included in the sale of this business are the primary domain and all site content and files, Facebook account, and email list. Joseph, can you tell us a little bit about your background in building and running online businesses?
So basically, I know SEO, and I've been doing it for a while now. And typically, I buy sites and then work on the sites and then flip them. So that's basically the gist of it. And this is one of my sites that I've been working on, and this is the major one actually. I have a couple of smaller sites, but this is the main project that I had for a while now, and I've had it for about a year and a half.
And now we're here, it's been a year and a half, and you've decided to sell the business. So why is that?
Well, I think it's just time for me to move on to different things. I've had these couple of projects that I've always wanted to work on, and I think it's just time for me to move on. And I think that's about it. Just looking for new opportunities.
So when looking at this business, how did you come up with the idea to start this business in this niche? What was the inspiration for you?
I found a friend of mine sold it to me, and I think I bought it, yeah, about a year and a half ago. Started working on it, and yeah, it was about a year and a half ago. I started working on it a lot and just kept growing the site. And until now, yeah, I still write a bunch of content for the site, and some of it I outsource. But for the most part, I'm doing most of the work.
hmm And that kind of brings up a good point then. So you didn't start this business, you bought it because you thought it was a good opportunity. So what about this business, caught your attention a year and a half ago and made you want to buy it?
It was a very trending topic then. It was really popular, and it still is very popular to this day. And yeah, that just kind of attracted me. Like weight loss is a great niche to get into. There's a lot of potential in the weight loss niche. So yeah, that one was like a really, really good selling point for me.
So you've been working it now for a year, year and a half, and now here we are today. Now it's, the later half of 2018. And if you look to the later half of 2017, the business was performing at much lower numbers than it is today. To the point where if
Hmm.
you look December 2017 to January 2018, there's a big jump, right? And then you stayed consistent at that higher level for the remainder of the year until now. So, what would you say was the biggest contributing factor about 8 months ago to that massive growth?
It's all about just having a good grasp of SEO these days. It's just looking for the right pieces of content and making sure they're all optimized well. And it's just, yeah, it's just mostly content and just knowing the right things to do.
So, does that mean that the majority of your traffic comes from organic searches, improving SEO and stuff like that?
Exactly, exactly.
hmm
So whenever we put out content, we make sure that there's volume for it. And having this niche as big as it is right now, there's a lot of things that you can get into. And that's where all the traffic comes from. And yeah, there's a lot of authority sites in this niche that you can reverse engineer, and you can take a look at what are they doing, and then you can just replicate the same thing, and it just instantly ranks for the site.
But then there's also a Facebook page with about 1,500 members on that Facebook group, not page. And then you also have an email list of
No,
over.
it's actually a page.
Oh, it is a page then. So you have 1.5 thousand followers on that Facebook page.
Hmm.
Okay.
Correct.
And then you have an email list with over 4,500 subscribers. So how are those two traffic sources being utilized?
For the Facebook page, we don't really use it much. It's just like the Facebook page has got traction because the site gets so much traffic. But we're not really using the Facebook page that much. We just use it to share our recently published content, which helps get those pages ranking faster. And also, like, it's just social proof, which is good for SEO purposes. And as for the email subscribers, we have a lot of informational content that brings a lot of organic traffic, and we have them opt in using those informational content to, opt into our email list using our informational content.
Can you describe the process in which this business makes money to me?
Review a lot of products in the niche. So we basically review most of the products that are in the niche, and then we cross sell them to our number one affiliate partner, and then we make a lot of money through affiliate. So within this niche, we have a bunch of different smaller niches that we make money from. So we don't just make money from one affiliate, we make money from a bunch of different other affiliates in other smaller niches within the niche.
So then why did you settle upon the affiliate model rather than, AdSense or advertising?
Affiliate makes a like it converts better in this niche. Also, like in SEO, we don't necessarily, well, affiliate marketing is our focus. I mean, my focus. So, yeah, like AdSense hasn't been that good of a return when it comes to SEO compared to what affiliate can do. So that's why I went the affiliate route.
Can you explain your week to week with this business for me? What do you, as the owner of this business, need to do to maintain it as is?
Not much, actually. I write content occasionally. If I see a new product that comes out, like I check Amazon maybe once a month and then scrape like new products on the block and then see if they have search volume. If they have search volume, I write a product review for them. I mean, for those products. And it takes about maybe 30 minutes because they're all pretty much the same. Like the thing that's different about them is that might be the flavor or like little part of the ingredients, so they're not too different. They're mostly the same. So it's easy to kind of review and grasp them. And then just maybe if I write a new product review, it might take maybe 30 minutes, 40 minutes at most. And then that's pretty much it. And then for the links that the site is getting, it's mostly from outreach and just naturally acquired links. So I don't really spend time on both. It's just all automation.
And do you have anyone helping you run the business? Any employees?
I have someone that outsource the content to. So basically, with product reviews, I've done it so many times and it's pretty easy for me. So I usually write those on my own, but occasionally when I don't have the time or when I don't feel like it, I just outsource it to someone for like 35 bucks. And I just review the content and post it on the site, which doesn't take that much time. And as for the links, it's mostly just software. Like I have this free tool that I use to just get links, not get links, but like use to send emails from that I can automate. And I just get links through that one for free. Some of them I might have to pay maybe like 5, 10 bucks, but that's like far in between.
What do you feel are some of the major opportunities for growth that you would focus on if you were to keep the business?
There's a lot more room to grow in terms of informational content. Like the site is focused mostly on product reviews, and there's a lot of pages on the site that are not product reviews, like informational content that bring a lot of traffic to the site. And we haven't even covered half of it. So there's a lot more room to grow, and there's a lot more products that you can review on this site since it's a really growing niche right now.
How do you feel this business stacks up in terms of the niche? Are you one of the more prominent players in it?
Oh, definitely. We're definitely ranking number one for most of the product review keywords and a lot of number ones too. Like the site's dominating a lot of topics that it shouldn't dominate because the site is mainly focused on reviews, and it's still ranking a lot for like informational content or pieces, which it shouldn't because it's not really focused on that part. So, I mean, it's a really healthy site and yeah, it's really ranking well.
hmm And I feel like the way we're talking about this business, oh, it's a healthy site, oh, it's doing well. I feel like that doesn't really cover it. I mean, you're making $18,000 every single month on average, and you're very close to
Hmm.
that. So the site is doing extremely well. And if someone were to come in and sit on this business, not put a ton of time in and just, be passive with it, it could still potentially be an excellent site. I mean, you're making a lot of money. So how do you feel
Hmm.
that someone, how do you feel about that? Do you think this could be a passive business, or do you think that someone looking at this should be interested in putting the time in to grow it?
You can do either way. I haven't really been putting too much work on it for the past, I don't know, 6, 8 months. I'd probably be spending about an hour or maybe 5 hours at most in a week, which is barely minimum, and I don't really spend that much money on it anymore. So you can be passive if you wanted to, but there's so much more room for it to grow. And if you put a lot more, like more effort and resources than I have onto the site and look for more products, look for more articles that you can write that can bring or generate a lot of traffic and revenue to the site, then there's a lot more room to grow. I mean, I just don't have like time for, I just want to focus more on different projects right now than this one. That's why I decided to sell it.
What do you feel are some of the major risks associated with this business that a potential buyer should be aware of?
Hmm. I can't think of any right now.
Mm-hmm.
I guess like the most challenging part can be SEO,
Mm-hmm.
but if you know decent SEO and yeah, if you know decent SEO, there's no way you can do anything really wrong with the site. It's just really just posting content, right?
Yeah, and I mean, I guess a good thing to bring up is since this is in the diet niche, you're referring to a specific kind of diet. A lot in that area is, some years this new diet may come out and this old diet may be renounced or something like that. Now, you and I were speaking about this particular program that you are referring to before we hopped on the interview here, and we're both familiar with it. But in your opinion, do you feel like there's a lot of lasting impact for this particular diet, and a new owner for this business shouldn't be worried about it going anywhere?
Well, first of all, like just looking at the trends lately, it's still going up. And I've never seen as many professionals backing this diet up as much as like, I mean, compared to any other diets that came before it. This one's just like, yeah, like so many scientists, professionals, medical experts, and like celebrities they're all backing it up with not only results, but also with like, how do I say this? Like, I can't find a word.
I mean, it makes sense
Uh,
to, I know what you're trying to say, that not only are people getting results, but the science behind it makes sense, right?
exactly.
Hmm.
Well, yeah,
I know so many people who do this particular diet and, love it. So to me, it doesn't seem like this niche is going to be going anywhere. And like you said, to me, it feels like it's not even reached the peak of its popularity.
hmm,
But I just
correct.
wanted to bring that up in case that was something new owner was worrying about.
Hmm.
So you mentioned that you buy and sell sites quite often. And that makes me wonder then, why do you prefer to buy and flip sites rather than start your own and then sell it?
It's just faster. Like you cut the starting part of like building a site, which is the toughest part. So like creating a site from scratch, you have no idea how it's going to work out. But buying a site that's proven and is proven, it has less risks than building your own. Because whenever you build your own site, there's a lot of factors that go into it that you can't really predict. So, but if you buy a site that's already ranking, already getting traffic, then you know the site is healthy and it's worth investing in that site.
So then, given that you are an experienced entrepreneur here, would your advice to someone be to, if you have the means, to go ahead and look for an online business to buy rather than get started because it is easier to go from 1,000 to 2,000 than to go from 0 to 1,000?
Exactly.
Joseph, would you commit to a non-compete?
Sure, 100%.
How much support are you willing to offer a new owner during the transition period?
Every single thing that they need to
Mhm.
make this transaction easier.
So all of those software tools you were speaking about earlier, you'll walk them through it, make sure that they're ready to go with every aspect of the business.
Mm-hmm.
Are you open to negotiating on something like an earnout?
100%, yes.
Awesome. Joseph, thank you so much for the time today. Now, my final question for you is, given your experience with this business and seeing as you purchased it a year and a half ago, it's seen massive growth then or since then, and now here we are today. So why do you feel, in your opinion, that this is a business worth buying?
Like I mentioned before, there's a lot more room to grow. The amount of effort that I put into the site and the ROI that I got from that is crazy. It's massive. So if you increase or like if you put in a lot more resources than I have and a lot more effort into growing the site, there's definitely way more room for it to grow. There's a lot more niches that you can get into. And every single month that I'm in this niche, I get emails from affiliate managers and then saying like, oh, we have this new product in this niche, which is not exactly the one that I've started with, but just like a sub product or a different product that's like a sister product. And there's a lot more niches that are popping up within this diet that you can get into. And yeah, and a lot more products because I've been going through Amazon every single month just to scrape for new products. And every single month, I find 10 new products that people are actually searching for. And that's just like, and every single month, the products that I found the previous months are actually growing. So, yeah, there's a lot of room to grow in this niche and in this business.
Joseph, thank you so much for taking the time with me today. I've really appreciated having you on here today.
You're welcome. Appreciate it.
If you're watching this on YouTube, subscribe to our channel, and if you want more information, the link will be below the video that will take you to this marketplace listing. If you're watching this on the listing page and want more information, become a depositor today. When you make the deposit, one of our business advisors will be in contact with you, and you'll be given everything you need to review this business. Have a great day.